Tuesday afternoon, and it's the 23rd. We're getting rapidly through this month, which is of course April. I'm a little bit delayed today, but I wanted to do a very quick explanatory shave and a couple of little remarks to people. One being, of course, to some of the people I neglected to mention on my last video. James, Sustainer Shave, who's a real expert up in the north of the country on Swedish razors. A very, 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 very informative, very good channel. I do suggest you look up Sustainer Shave. Gordon Christie up in Scotland, even further north, who does some beautiful shaves. Hi, Gordon. Of course, Eric, Kaizan Blade. Now, Eric has just done recently a wonderful shave. He's renowned for his expertise on natural edges, but he did for once a nice visible shave, which was very informative. So thank you, Eric. And Caleb, I keep forgetting Caleb McCullough, who, like me, is a bit of a gun and knife man as well, so bless him. Froggy Shaves, again, extraordinarily good quality videos, unlike mine, which are rubbish. And of course, my sensei and long-term friend, Gary Hayward. Anyway, I've already mentioned many, like, obviously Jacques. And of course, we've got some wonderful new blood, Sean Staplefield, who is rapidly becoming a master. It's rather annoying. When you're young, you pick things up so quick. Anyway, what I was going to do today was a quick shave. I think I'm going to use something that smells nice for a change, even though my nose isn't the best. Too many years engineering. I'm going to use the Ariana and Evans Kaizan, Mad Bird Riding a Dragon. So let's have a go with that. Because, although it looks like dog's poo, it actually has a lovely aroma. Very, very, very sweet. It's like candy floss and going to a sweet shop. Anyway, let's slap some of that on, and I'll then go on and talk what is more important or more engaging, which is trying to get people, particularly those poor souls that use electric razors or safety razors, to convert to the true faith. Now, when I say the true faith, for many, many years, when I was very, very young, I used, like my dad, some horrible Gillette safety razor. However, and here's the big however, I then spent too many years using very expensive cartridge razors. Don't even ask how much those things can cost over the years. And then when I became more lazy, I just dive in the shower, I use a single edge disposable razor, which I must admit is very efficient. However, I've missed out on the pleasure of actually learning to shave properly and all the friends you'll meet doing it. And also, of course, in learning to shave properly in a manly-like manner, you build tremendous skills, hand-to-eye coordination for one thing, and not to say the least, being able to hone. However, not everybody wants to start off. It's quite intimidating for a lot of people to think they've got to hone and strop. However, it becomes such a pleasure. So I'm just going to do one more time a little mention about shavettes, which are, I think, the ideal entry into proper shaving. So I've just improved one. I'd like to show that to you in a second, except I've put it down somewhere and I can't find it. This is my standard. I say this is my standard. This to me is an extremely nice feather. It's got the sandblasted finish, which is extremely unattractive, but I suppose is practical, but not really what I like. Somewhere, I'm just going to have to leave you for a second and find where I put it. 2 seconds. do forgive me. This is what I was trying to show you. This is what I've just completed. Now this is your standard feather, but it's just had a brand new blade put in it, by the way. But I've taken away all that horrible, ghastly looking sandblasting, and now it's in its gleaming stainless steel proper state. So even on items like chevettes, you can personalize them. And this has been personalized. It's got much deeper finger grooves now. Not that they really do very much, you don't need them, but they were so shallow on the original, hardly worth bothering with. This is now a very pretty razor. These are extremely good and not particularly expensive compared with custom razors, which I'm also going to show you. However, right, let's try how this little beast works. Just as a quick comparison again, that is matte stainless steel sandblasted, although it does have the improved plastic wood handle. This is genuine plastic, but I must say, rather nice contours, and now gleaming. And let's be honest, a little bit of shiny and gleaming is rather nice to shave with. Right, anyway, I'll quickly get on, then I'll explain what I'm going to do in a moment. Let's just see. Yeah, these chevette blades, these feather professionals, they really are very, very good. You don't need to have the grip of a gorilla to use one of these. You can still hear it cutting. It still cuts very, very. I'm going to put a little bit more lather on just here. There we go. Yeah, so, yeah, first rate. Very easy to learn with. I wouldn't recommend using the snappy blade, usual size of safety razor blade, and putting one of those in a chevette. Anyway, you've all seen how efficiently a chevette shaves. This is the next best thing to a well-honed straight razor. Absolutely faultless. Can't complain in any way. It does a hugely good job. Loads and loads and loads of stubble coming off there. I won't go more than 3 days normally without a shave. I don't really want to look like a BBC sports presenter. No, thank you. Anyway, you know what that looks like. And here's a proper razor. Now that's what then you migrate onto. We all start off with chevettes usually, and then you go to perhaps a 5/8 or a 6/8. But this one is a 9/8. And it is a Herr&Razor, the celebrated hollow ground razor, custom. And this one came to me from my good friend Mr. Madamba in America. And immediately you feel more in control. No, this isn't my edge. This is Jack's edge. It's a very, very nice edge. No complaints at all. Superior usually to a machine-made edge. Yeah, that cut. Oh man, that's good. I've only used this about 2 or 3 times because maybe 5 times at the most. Again, which brings me to the point. Once you start into straight razor shaving, you can migrate from one size to another very quickly. This is about as big as most people want to use. I've got far bigger. I've got a 13/8, which looks like an axe, but shaves extremely well. yeah, this is a very, very nice razor. Would I say it's the razor you'd want to learn on? Probably not. But my goodness me, it scythes away, doesn't it, eh? Anyway, getting back to more mundane matters, let's have a little lather up. Again, I'm not going to give points and notes on the wonderful poignancy of this remarkable substance, other than the fact it smells like sweets. And we all like sweets. So I'm going to put a little bit more on because I got to admit, I could get to be much more keen on soaps, but I'm a materials person. I'm mostly about steel. Steel, I suppose, to a small degree, technique, which is yet another subject. Some of you may wonder why I don't stretch my skin very much. Hardly ever, in fact. Simple reason. If you've got a keen enough edge, you don't need to. With a really keen edge, you get a BBS. I don't really want to spend all day long going struggle with wet fingers trying to stretch my skin. It's not necessary. Not for me. As I say, this is my channel is an experimental channel. It's all about different steels, different edges, different grinds, different razors. Not really about technique. However, all I would say is those who are contemplating taking up the noble art of straight razor shaving, I would still say the Chevette is your friend. And when you consider that this edge, relative to the length of the razor, is quite a nice long edge, and it really does do a very good job. Yeah, you can't get away from it. It's a bit quiet though, isn't it? They are rather quiet. But against the grain, absolutely superb. No effort at all. However, let's go back to a larger size razor. We'll go back to the Herr&Razor. And I would still say I'm more confident with a big blade. Contrary to what you think, the bigger they are, the safer they are. Whether it's a Spanish point or classic English or French, bigger the better, generally. There are exceptions, but I would say I'm always happy going back to something like this. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to say, it's just nice to go back to a big chopper. I was pulled up quite rightly by the fact I don't know what I'm doing with the phone camera. I don't, I'm sorry. Apologies to all. Someone quite rightly said, "Oh, Martin, I didn't know you were left-handed." I'm not left-handed, just I don't know how to turn the image around on the phone. Please send help. Oh, that's good. Anyway, I'm not going to keep this as a long video. I didn't add any music because I keep getting copyright issues. I don't think they're going to do anything to me. But YouTube don't like other people's music. Don't know what all that's about, I'm sure. All I would say is, let's just try to cut a little experimental strokes. Isn't that nice? Buffing stroke. Buff, on, buff, off. All good fun. Once you've done your first 25 straight razor shaves, you either love it or you don't. And most people Of course you're going to cut yourself. Obviously you're going to cut yourself the first 25. It's like trying to ride a bike for the first time. What, you think you're not going to fall off? You are going to fall off. It's like skating, which is another little interest of mine. Yes, you will fall off as you learn. However, once you have learned, you'll never go back. How anybody could shave with anything else other than a good straight razor, I have absolutely no idea. There you go. Absolute perfection. Anyway, let me just wipe off some of the residual soap. I'll keep this short and sweet. It's 15 minutes of your time. All I can say is, one of the best decisions anybody can take is to take up straight razor shaving. It gives you a whole new world, tremendous new skills. You know, you really do hone your hand-to-eye coordination enormously. And that is something, isn't it? Once you've done your first couple of hundred, if that, 100 would probably do. Once you've done your first couple of hundred shaves, you'll be very, very pleased with yourself. Anyway, chaps, I think that's it. I can't do any more. It's all come off. That's about, I don't know, a good 3 days worth of stubble. Some people complain that they don't see an awful lot of stubble coming off. Yeah, it's because a lot of my stubble's white. The moustache is still dark, but the rest isn't. Anyway, do the Yaqi trick, please. Rehydrate. Be kind. This is a nice soap, so why not? And wash it off. I wouldn't put the alum on unless, you know, it's a good test, but it's not necessary once you've got the feel of a good shave. And that has been a very, very nice shave, as 99% of my shaves are. I can put it on and give the little run at the alum. Yeah, wonderful. Absolutely nothing. All you can feel is that very minor slight sting in places where the skin's been slightly shredded, but I can honestly not lie to you, don't really think I need it. And when you use the alum, as so many people do not leave it on your fingers or on your face, and do not allow it on your blades, because it's a triple salt and it will absolutely destroy and turn your blades black. That is absolutely lovely. I'm not going to add, well, I am going to add, oh, of course I am. Where did I put it? Oh, here we are. Let's put a splash on for a change. You'll see a very rare event. Martin shaves using proper technique and proper splash. Oh, this is, yeah, very nice indeed, actually. Very slight smell of alcohol, but not that you really notice. Extremely smooth, and now I smell rather nice for a change, instead of smelling of engineering. Anyway, I think that'll do. Thanks so much for subscribing. All I'm trying to do is spread the word. So to all my friends out there and fellow YouTubers, thank you. And just trying to spread a little bit of love and peace and kindness and being polite to people. Rare thing these days. Anyway, Martin Shaves, over and out. See you all soon, I hope. Bye for now.